You are what you think about. Everything that you think about, you become. You become what you think about. Thoughts lead to actions. Actions lead to behaviors. Behaviors leads to lifestyle. Lifestyle determines your destiny. So everything begins in the mind.
This is a 67-year-old device. At no time should you overvalue your own thoughts. You should allow yourself to be humbled daily with new ideas that challenge any or everything that you currently think. That's wisdom, I think.
How do I know who I am if I don't have one?
Maybe you only are who you are on your deathbed, because then you would have completed your life. You're still you're work in progress.
What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? Let's suppose, I do this often in vocational guidance of students. They come to me and say, well, we're getting out of college and we haven't the faintest idea what we want to do. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Or another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way. And after all, if you do really like what you're doing, it doesn't matter what it is, you can eventually you could eventually become a master of it. It's the only way to become a master of something, to be really with it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. So don't worry too much. Somebody's interested in everything. And anything you can be interested in, you'll find others for. But it's absolutely stupid to spend your time doing things you don't like in order to go on spending things you don't like, doing things you don't like, and to teach your children to follow in the same track. See, what we're doing is we're bringing up children and educating to live the same sort of lives we're living, in order that they may justify themselves and find satisfaction in life by bringing up their children, to bring up their children to do the same thing, so it's all retch and no vomit. It never gets there. And so, therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
What I try to do is just try to be still and understand that things come and go, emotions come and go. The important thing is to accept them all, to embrace them all, and then you can choose to do with them what you want versus being controlled by emotion. A lot of times I've seen players, even myself, when I was younger, being consumed by a particular fear, and to the point where you're saying, okay, nah, it's not good to feel fear. I shouldn't be nervous in this situation. And it does nothing but grow. Versus stepping back and saying, yeah, I am nervous about the situation. Yeah, I am fearful about the situation. But what am I afraid of? And then you kind of unpack it. And then it gives you the ability to look at it for really what it is, which is nothing more than your imagination running its course.
There's a question that I ask, and I'll ask it to you. And the answer to this question could change your life. You ready?
You're set the stage pretty well. Yeah. Yes.
Are you lucky? The answer to this question will dictate the kind of luck you have. If you feel that you're unlucky, life is going to be stickier and you're going to be looking for missed opportunities. Unlucky people, they sound a very particular way. They sound like this. First, coffee machine broken. Second, just hit every red light all the way to work. Then, can't believe, right? Like, it's that narrative, but with everything. With their morning, with their dates, with their love life, with their careers. That unluckiness is causing all this stuckness. And when I ask them, do you feel you are where you want to be in your life? They always say no. And then I ask them, what is stopping you? And it's never them. Now, lucky people, by the way, I ask, do you feel stuck? Some of them do. But then when I ask them, what's stopping you? A lot of the times they say, me. Myself, my productivity. I gotta get over this thing that I'm having. I've been really procrastinating. Not always, but I've noticed that there's something there. And so to begin to think about, how do you answer that question? Do you feel stuck? And who's in the way? Is it you or is it someone else or is it something else?
The single greatest razor that I have for defining reality more accurately has been removing all sentiment, emotion, and quote psychology from the equation and only looking at it from a behaviorist frame of what can I observe.
The law of sowing and reaping. It says, whatever you sow, you shall reap. Here's the fourth key to sowing and reaping, and that key word is anyone. Anyone can sow and reap. Now the question is whether or not you will. Mr. Keogh says, try my plan. I put it together. The Keogh plan. Put aside $145 a month for the next 30 years. It's $1 million with the tax advantages. Not a bad plan. Become a millionaire. Now anybody can. The question is, who will? Son asked his father when his father's 50. We're rich, right? His father said, no, we're not rich. His son says, well, the Keogh thing, the $145 a month Keogh thing. He says, yeah, I know the Keogh thing, but I didn't go for that. I picked another plan. So what'd you do with the 145? Said, well, I bought beer and cigarettes. But see, anybody, if you want to, can go searching for a good plan, pick it, and start working it. And sure enough, as the time passes, as it surely will, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, then you'll be winding up wearing what you want to wear, driving what you want to drive, living where you want to live, become what you want to become. But now's the time to fix the next 10 years.
Chris Eubank Jr. said to me, which really stuck with me. He said, if I'm running on a treadmill and I get to mile 9 and I get complete cramp in one of my legs, and I know I've told myself I'm going to run 10 kilometers today, he goes, I will have to limp the last mile, even if no one's watching, because I can't let the demons in. And if I let the demons in, they'll show up in the 11th round of a championship fight when there's 50,000 people watching me in the audience, and I know deep in my self-story that I'm the type of person that quits when things get hard because I got off that treadmill at mile 9 when no one was watching. It would modify my self-story. The commitments we keep to ourselves and what we do when no one's watching is the most persuasive evidence that governs everything we then do every day thereafter.
But don't be mad. You're laying there in your fucking bed and you're in the fucking hospital and you're 70, 80, 90 years old and you're thinking, man, like I didn't fucking do something. Because you did. You didn't do it. You didn't do shit. Man, lived a great life, man, but you're always gonna feel empty inside.
That time of year again, we start to feel real happy. You celebrate Christmas. You're looking forward to Santa Claus coming down the chimney, giving you some presents. It's a real good time of year. So in that good time of year, we start to feel real good about ourselves. So we start making promises to ourselves about, hey, I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna do better in school. I'm gonna be better here, be better there. But guess what happens? The real Merry fucking Christmas happens when all of that noise is gone, it's quiet, and it's you against you, and now all those endorphins are gone. And I promise you made about getting up early and getting after it to go lose weight, study harder, guess what? It's a lot fucking harder now. That repetition becomes a lot harder now. So a lot of us can't do things on our own. So find somebody in your life. So when you throw that towel in, they throw that motherfucker back at you and say you're not fucking done yet. Stay true to yourself, stay hard.